Hail to the king, baby.
Hey guys, it's me. It's Michael B. Welcome back to the channel. It's so funny. We've been on a massive drought of home arcade news for so long, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's news. There's news literally out of nowhere. Uh I don't understand where it's coming from. Last night we got like the unfortunate news that there was a clerical error with Spreetail and people's orders got charged early on the iconic arcade pages. Hopefully we'll follow along with that. That should get resolved in the next couple of days. I can't foresee that playing out any longer than it should. I think they're going to get the money back to you and they'll go back to the original plan and charging you guys in October. But in the meantime, it's Sunday. This is not a chillin' chat. This is breaking news. Give me the goods, Koja Jangles says. So thank you so much to somebody in the Arcade 1-Up Facebook page for sharing this morning. I talked about it there the other night, how, you know, the only person that we know of that has seen these cabs is Chris Boreas, the irate gamer. That's the only real contact that we have had so far. But thankfully, a company called Toy Book Magazine has put an article out. And I want to say a huge thanks to James Zahn here, who I don't know James personally. I don't know how he came across this article, but this is up on the original Arcade 1-Up Facebook page right now. So there's an article up showcasing Basic Fun's original works, their first line of home arcade cabs. So let me take you to the article, and then you can see on the cover, this is the same image I used for my thumbnail. There's our first look at the actual Robotron in my dreams WrestleFest cab that is coming this holiday season from Basic Fun. Yes, Calvin Wong. That's cool that there's a DIY. There's also an official one coming out very soon. Console Kit shared it with me today, so we'll be talking about that very soon. It won't just provide haptic feedback, but it'll also provide a back speaker. It'll actually have nudge sensitivity and a plunger, as well as haptic feedback. Nooner wants Star Wars XL. So let's get into this, guys. So basically, we get a look at some of the arcades that Basic Fun are going to be coming out with. Most importantly, WrestleFest. And Sir Sega, you took the words out of my mouth. It looks exactly like a Arcade 1-Up. Gallagher Guy says he's not a fan of WrestleFest. Don't worry, Gallagher Guy. There's more coming. WrestleFest is the only real new title it looks like we're getting in this wave. So I'll go down and show you some pictures. Here is the look at WrestleFest, which you can see from the thumbnail. So it looks pretty accurate here. I want to see if I can blow this picture up, get a look at who's in the game. And by the looks of it, we're getting everybody from the original release, which is really good news. Demolition, Legion of Doom are actually on the cover. So yeah, there we go. Oh, MG. I thought you weren't being rude to me the other night. This is a 3X t-shirt, buddy. 3X. So amazing news. First off, I always had concerns with WrestleFest about whether or not it was going to have the correct characters. It looks like we are, in fact, getting the original character lineup. You couldn't do the game without that. So that is absolutely amazing. I'm so excited for this cab now. this is definitely one that's going to be coming home and joining the lineup. I said from day one, if you go back and you watch my original Michael B. the Game Genie videos from all the way back 2011, 2012, one of the videos I made were top 3 arcade cabinets I would want to have in my home. And it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, WrestleFest, and I think I said G.I. Joe. So now I have the opportunity to add the second one of that list. Hopefully they do an XL version as well, or, it says the top is $5.99. Hopefully that's not just a deluxe plus, right? WrestleFest looks like a countercade blown up. Nah, not at all, man. So anyways, that's the big image there, which you're saying is countercade, but there's the actual cab. So this is basically 100% an arcade one-up deluxe cab. So you can see right here, I don't like the front logo. They do have the arcade one-up coin door. I'll go back to my conspiracy theory on this. I think arcade one-up basically sold their designs for the deluxe cab, or they're working with Basic Fun to release these cabs, because this is basically an arcade one-up cab that Basic Fun is coming out with. So there, guys, is our first look at WWE WrestleFest. If you go down, there's a couple more images right here that I wanted to show you. So here is their Centipede cab, and get a close look at that. That's essentially the arcade one-up Centipede cab they released a couple years ago. The artwork I'm not really happy with. We'll go into this in a little bit. Like, they did keep the original shape. Unfortunately, it looks like it has a horizontal monitor, but you take a look at the artwork, they moved Centipede down and put this Atari logo up there. That's not a choice I necessarily love, but you got to check out this Tempest countercade. I'm going to take this down for a second because I've got a better image of this that I want to show you guys. Let me just figure out how to do this 1 second here, guys. So I'm going to move this up. Sometimes this stuff is stupid, but I actually downloaded the image as well so you can get a better look at the actual countercade. Let me just blow this up for you. Share screen. So, guys, here's a better look at the actual Centipede cab. This one looks to be a deluxe with no coin door. So I do have some concerns. When we talked about the $4.99 and the $5.99 version, I think they're still just going to be deluxe size. I think they're just going to have some extra features. Like from this Centipede one here, this looks like it's a deluxe cab, but with no coin door. So that kind of sucks. So maybe no XLs coming, but for people that are happy with the arcade one on deluxe cabs, looks like you're going to get some options there. I do like the countercade Tempest here for a couple reasons. One, it does have that vertical monitor. I think that looks badass. And I like the fact it has this little area right here. I think this Tempest countercade for countercade fans is going to be a winner. MG says it kind of looks like a 16.9 bezeled Gallagher Guy 88. That's possible, guys. 100% possible. We don't know anything about the screen at this time. We just know what they kind of look at. So I want to go back to the article here now for a second, guys. And I'm going to just read some of the article for you. It gives us a pretty good idea of what's going on with Basic Fun here. So let me just bring it up for you guys. So at Basic Fun, tapping into nostalgia is more than just a trend. It's a mission known for reinventing classic toys, pioneering its long-running line of handheld arcade classics. The company is leveling up this year with a bold leap into the world of home arcade machines. We've been in the handheld video game business for a long time. We love the category and saw a gap, as did everybody, because arcade one-up done be fucking up, right? Yeah, there is no Basic Fun branding. That's a question about that. Messiah, $2 super chat. Thank you very much, man. The license alone is a win for that WrestleFest. Yeah, whoever did that licensing magic to get both the Legion of Doom and Demolition on board, 100%. Thank you very much for the super chat. So with prices ranging from $180 to $600, Basic Fun is targeting families and kid-adult. I'm definitely described by that. I'm a 44-year-old kid-adult. Collectors alike. The range reflects the balance between scale, quality, and value. We focus on delivering an authentic arcade experience while keeping it accessible. So I like a lot of things that they say here. I don't know how true they actually are, but I do like what they're saying. So Games Plus says even John D couldn't pull this off. Not for Arcade 1-Up, he couldn't, that's for sure. So there is some debate on who's involved here, because these are essentially Arcade 1-Up cabs. It's like Arcade 1-Up, like basically, it's like they have an apartment and they rented out an extra room in the apartment. I can't remember exactly what that's called, because these are essentially the exact same cabs. All right, so the authenticity is key. Basic Fun isn't just slapping retro art on some generic machines, which was what Arcade 1-Up did with their original Wave. We use original game code, cabinet designs, which I really like. I mean, you guys know how important that is to me. And true to arcade controls, these aren't interpretations, they're reproductions of the real thing. I mean, Scott Westcott, or what's his name here? Westcott Explains. I'm trying to remember buddy's name here. Dan Westcott. Dan Westcott, you are talking directly to my heart and soul. That's exactly what I want these things to be. So you're winning me over with your words, not so much with the output. We'll talk about that in just a second. Yes, Calvin Wong, thank you so much for bringing that up. It's like they're subletting these cabs. That's basically it, because they're Arcade 1-Up Deluxe cabs. Subletting. So anyways, let's go down here to ensure second wave of home arcade gaming follows a boom that began in 2018 and quickly hooked a cross-generational audience eager to bring the arcade experience home. Exploring that market since then has brought a deeper understanding of what fans want. We looked at what worked, what didn't, and focused on a tight offering, securing some of the best, most popular games in the arcade space. And yes, the Basic Fun team is listening online. So they're saying they listen to Reddit, Facebook, and YouTube. So here's the thing. Like, remember that whole Get Loud campaign? Maybe it's time to get loud again, right? Yes, 100%. I know. If, Iconic Arcade supposedly has a cease and desist. How doesn't, Basic Fun have a cease and desist here? I would rather have a numbskull 4-player WrestleFest. Ask Jung about getting sued. I don't know. He's in jail, isn't he? To ensure each unit delivers the true arcade experience, the company paid careful attention to everything from cabinet art to joystick feedback, which we know that isn't true if you go back to take a look at Centipede in just a second. We scaled down without scaling back, he says. We prioritized every detail to deliver that satisfying arcade click and visual impact. While the cabinet used original game ROMs, Basic Fun found smart ways to keep things premium without blowing up the price. The machines feature a mix of molded plastic and wood hybrids. So Arcade 1-Up was mostly, MDF, whatever it is, 2-quart, half-inch MDF or whatever it is. These are using a molded plastic and wood hybrid. So it's going to be interesting to see what exactly the quality is like here. True micro switch joysticks, backlit marquees, and high-resolution screens. Premium where it counts in the gameplay experience, smartly spec'd to stay accessible, Westcott notes. Here's the kicker. People are actually going to be very, very disappointed in this. Connectivity features like Wi-Fi aren't included in the initial rollout, but they are on the future roadmap. For now, the focus is on faithfully recreating the past. Durability was also a must. Each unit is rigorously play-tested from ROM QA to age-tested controls and protected deck guard. So that's good, because we know the Arcade 1-Ups were never rigorously tested. Like, they came out of the factory. They were there 2 days before the rest of the shipment was on its way. So if that's true, I mean, that's definitely a good point on the quality side for Basic Fun. Here's the thing that sucks. I think everybody's going to be upset about. We've become accustomed to having Wi-Fi with our Arcade 1-Ups. Whenever they don't have Wi-Fi now, we get a little pissed off. We don't really care so much about the leaderboards on the Score Chaser cabs, but like for a game like WrestleFest, you really want online multiplayer. So that's a huge bummer that WrestleFest is going to come out without online multiplayer. The other thing that sucks that with the no online is if there is any hiccups or issues. I mean, having online and being able to do updates is just so friggin' cool, so easy. Hopefully they don't get scared like Arcade 1-Up did with Flash, as sending out a Flash update or whatever it's called, sending out code that you can download and then plug into the PCB to update your game. So yeah, there we go. Yes, Sir Sega. That's the amazing thing. I always thought that if any company did a WrestleFest cab, it would be a bastardized version. That's not the case here. We're getting the original wrestler, so that's really really friggin' cool. So is it WPC structurally? I don't know what that means. We don't know. They just said it's a mix of molded plastic and wood. So we'll have to see. So going down here, working with key players, working with legendary IP holders like Atari was another big win. Incredible, he says of the collaboration. Atari is the foundation of arcade culture. That's 100% true. And then there's WWF WrestleFest, a cult favorite from 91 that returns under the WWE brand. It's a fan favorite and has never been done in the home arcade space. 100% true. Man, oh man, an actual new game. Holy shit, 2 years. I keep doing that. Technically, Street Fighter Alpha 2 from Iconic Arcade is a new game, but it's still not here yet, right? Retailers love the approach. Oh, wait a minute. Some cabinets will feature single iconic games. So most people will be upset with that because we become accustomed to having, anywhere from 3 to 15 games on these cabs. And in some of the early release notes came up in that Irate Gamer article, they said there'd be as many as 50, but it looks like some games will have single games. So WrestleFest might just be WrestleFest. I mean, it makes sense to have WrestleFest and at least Superstars. And then there were some rumors of some other, Technos wrestling games that could be on there, but we'll have to wait and see what's actually going to be on there. Some cabinets will go down here. Placement will vary by retail channel, with some going to the toy aisles, others to electronics. And yes, there will be retailer exclusives with alternate artwork and bonus content, which is actually really rad because you can get a different version of a cab. Say, for example, you don't necessarily love WrestleFest. Maybe they do a Superstars variant in some other retailer. We had heard about them doing Star Wars, but doing it Return of the Jedi. Dear God, please don't do Return of the Jedi. If it's shaped like the original Star Wars cab, just do Star Wars or Empire. So hopefully there's an opportunity for that. Retailers love the approach, the nostalgic positioning, value proposition, and suite of titles, Westcott says. Company is working on special displays, branded packaging, and online assets to help the line stand out in store and online. So the funny thing here is now when you watch PD7, after he accosts the poor people at Dunkin' Donuts about whether or not the coffee is hot, now he'll take you to Best Buy, he'll talk to Shaq, and then show you where potentially the Basic Fun area is going to be every time they move out some lawnmowers. I love PD7. Just having a good time here. Boss level, and for the bigger picture, this isn't a one and done. Holiday is key. So by saying that, even though the tariff situation put everything on hold, it looks like these are still going to be available Q4 2025. So really, really friggin' good news. But we see year-round tentpole moments to spotlight the category ads. Retail drives broad awareness, while direct-to-consumer allows us to engage deeply with fans. And direct-to-consumer is so friggin' important because we said that was one of the failings of Arcade 1-Up. They wanted to do specialty cabs, something like a Cubert, but didn't have confidence in the retailers to pick it up, so they wouldn't make it. That was always missing, that direct-to-consumer level, so we can get maybe some of those weird cabs, weird and wild, we always wanted. And I saw Stock Jock here in the chat. Maybe there's hope for a Robotron yet with direct-to-consumer. For Basic Fun, the home arcade is more than just a side quest. It's a full-on campaign. We look to be the number 2 player in the category very quickly. Foreman declares game on. Guys, I got news for you. You're probably going to be the number 1 player in the category very soon because Arcade 1-Up ain't doing shit. We'll see if Summer Game Fest changes that. But it looks like basically you've just taken Arcade 1-Up. You bought their design from them. So I have no idea how this will work. Anyways, we get down into some of the pricing here. Families can bring the retro fun of classic arcades home with an authentic arcade experience, classic gameplay, and original cabinet art. These true to arcade reproductions deliver the nostalgia of the games that players loved. Arcade Classics' new home arcade line includes tabletop and stand-up cabinets featuring classic games like Centipede and Tempest, as well as exclusive Atari and WWE licensed games. So they weren't really given much, but they do say in the article they did get a look at the rest of the cabs. So you're going to want to keep an eye on Toy Book Magazine for more reveals of Basic Fun's cabs in the near future. I guess they're going to use Toy Book Magazine the same way that, for whatever reason, Arcade 1-Up used Shack News to kind of get stuff out there for a while. A version of the featured list appeared in Toy Book Specialty Toys and Gifts. Click here to read the full issue. Let's check this out. Stay on the pulse of play. Let's see what else is there. Oh, they're going to make me pay for this or something, aren't they? There we go. Is it the same article? Yeah, it's the same friggin' article. So I do want to go back and comment on a couple things here. They say the original art and all that's so important. Again, I don't like this, the fact that they put the Atari there. I know why, because they can't modify the size of that image. They didn't really want to cut it off because it would have been cut off if put up there. But they made it work with the Arcade 1-Up, so I'm not sure why they didn't do it with this Centipede. And again, having the horizontal screen in there breaks my heart. But yeah, chaotic. There you are. I'll go up and show you the WrestleFest cab. So here it is, man. I know you were missing. So this is the WrestleFest cab, and buddy, this is good stuff. Again, because of the size of the cab, the art is lowered down. That's fine. But if you look on the side art, and more specifically the bezel, I'm going to make it really big for you here. Take a look at this. Oh, too big. If you look closely, they're all there, man. All the original characters. So we've got Legion of Doom is there. Demolition is there. Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, Earthquake, Mr. Perfect, Jake the Snake, Boss Man, $1 Million Man, Sergeant Slaughter. They got the whole roster. No problems with Legends deals. As we know, Demolition just recently signed one, and they got Legion of Doom back in tray. So we're going to get this game properly done. Now, I do want to go back down. Got it, cookie settings. So here is the Atari cab. The Tempest countercade looks amazing. Does in fact have that vertical screen that you really need for Tempest. Unfortunately, horizontal screen in the Atari Centipede. We know why, because it's a 30-70 rule. Only 30% of the games are in fact vertical screen. I would like to have less games on my Atari game, on my Atari cab, in order to have the proper screen. So if you are listening, Basic Fun, less games, do multiple Atari cabs. You don't have to jam pack it with 75, 100 games. Just make the games right, and people will buy multiple copies. So there you go. I know, but time changes everything. And because Vince is gone and WWE are cool with Demolition again, here we go. So yeah, this is really good news, guys. So I'll leave a link in my video description for the Toy Book article. Guys, flag Toy Book because it looks like they're going to have more information on this. So we can follow up on this, and things are back on track. So it looks like these are coming Q4 2024. Nooner, Spider-Man, we don't know yet. We have no idea at this time. Thank you very much, Jim, the Pacers fan. The one thing I would like to say, I do have concerns. We talked about the Top Dog one, $5.99 compared to the $4.99 one. I am a little bit concerned about there not being an XXL line here, and I'll show you why. If you take a look at this, this is a deluxe Centipede cab, but you'll notice no coin door, anything like that. But when you go up to WrestleFest, you will notice a coin door. So my concern is the deluxe adds slightly more futures, the $5.99 one, but it isn't any bigger. We'll have to wait and see. But what did I say? 2024, Q4 2025. Sometimes I forget what year it is. It's been so long since we've had any good home arcade news. So anyways, guys, let me remove that. But Zim. All right, Zim, I'll bring it back up just for you. We're getting WrestleFest, Zim. Basic Fun is back. Toy Book just did an article, and we got our first look at some of their cabs. We got WrestleFest coming. Here's the cab. It has all the original characters. I just blew it up for the show, Zim. So I just blew it up for Chaotic. I'll blow it up for you, too. Look at this, man. Everybody's there. Legion of Doom, Demolition. The original roster for WrestleFest is there. I'm in. So, oh my God, it got too big. And just really quickly, I'll show you the Atari cabs. Yeah, Basic Fun is coming, guys. Stay tuned to Toy Book for more information. Yeah, Video Game Vegas. So excited for this. I'm just excited to see new things happening in this space. Don't get in there, Zim. That's right. You're not in. You're getting in there. Sean, take my money. Shotgun Sean, he's jumping on the Basic Fun bandwagon. He's buying a WrestleFest. Sean, the only thing you got to know is no Wi-Fi, so no online WrestleFest, which is the biggest bummer takeaway from this. And some of the art's not 100% accurate, but we'll see. Anyways, guys, I don't want to keep you any longer. I'm going to go do my Sunday stuff that I normally do. Just an impromptu stream here with a little bit of breaking news. Basic Fun is coming. We finally get our first look, and they don't look shitty. This is great. Anyways, guys, everybody, go have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you tomorrow night on Chat with Michael B. See you guys.